guys, how's it going? It's me, Yoko from Japan. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome me back to this channel. Sorry for missing last week. I was in Tokyo. But yeah, let's catch up. Yeah. Thanks for your super chat. Oh, as always, Rented Identity-san. Long time no see, random. Why did you spell like that? Random Yoko. I'm Random Yoko. But thank you. And yeah, it's nice to talk to you again. Can you guys hear me well? I hope. And I have a fan right here. It's so humid that, and I don't have any air conditioning in this room, so I'm gonna be sweating a lot. It's sexy, right? But oh my gosh, I see my gamer friend here. He's Japanese and all. Howdy, like a cowboy. Howdy. Yeah, cool. And Daniel, yay! Did you guys miss me? I think so. Oh, great super chat, Vicious Victor T. Yippee-ki-yay! I don't know what that means, but thank you so much for super chat. This is what I do. I don't do enough, but thank you for super chat. I really appreciate it. With your support, I support my country and other Asian nation states. And yeah, we are fighting against CCP. So yeah, it will benefit you wherever you're from. Nice pa. You're joking about Miyako. Okay, good. As far as your where I can't hear, fine, no problem. Good. Thank you. Yay. Yeah. By the way, did you guys notice? I have a new chair. Looking cool, right? I almost look like PewDiePie. such a gamer look. So I'm liking it. But what's new? How are you guys doing? I was in Tokyo on the weekends, and next week I think it's actually in a few days. Yeah, in 2 days or so, I have to go back to Tokyo again with my husband in order to gather with our friends in front of the National Diet building. And we're gonna freaking not riot, but we are not gonna riot, but we will be protesting in a way. It's not a protest, it's like more of a encouragement, because our National Diet right now is trying to pass this resolution against China, like to bash China for their human rights oppression. And yeah, other countries are passing all these laws and they have resolutions, but on the other hand, in Japan, we never say a thing against China. So if we do get to pass this resolution, then that's going to be the first time ever in Japanese history, I think, to go this strongly against China. And this is something that not only Japanese people, but especially those who are oppressed by CCP, and like Tibetans, Uyghurs, Southern Mongolians, Hong Kongers. Some of them are living in Japan, and they do activities together with us again to beat China. So yeah, and we all want this, So right now we're battling so much inside of our country. The how to pass that though is that it's not like a official rule, but all parties have to agree to this resolution. But right now, it's not the Japanese Communist Party. Even the Japanese Communist Party is fully in, and they are gonna fight with us. Like they're on our side, and they're gonna speak against China together with us. However, one of our ruling parties, Komeito, pro-China party that our LDP is teaming up with, Komeito is the only party that is against. They're not against, but they're not agreeing to this. So yeah, we're negotiating, and my husband and I are we went to the headquarters of Komeito, the party that's problematic, And yeah, we went to the pro-China party's headquarters and asked the international department, the head of the international department, and we gave them our statement and so on. So we're like darkly negotiating, and it's on our civilian level, but our National Diet members, of course, are talking with like Komeito National Diet members too. So yeah, that's what I am dealing with right now. So yeah. Oh, you gave me a super chat again? Thank you. Yeah. UPK, yay, part 2. Nice. Thank you so much. I'm gonna show that for a while, maybe. But I want to read other stuff too. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I hope that you get it. Yep. Yeah, you're on fire. Yeah. Yes. And will there be a hero MP here, member of parliament in me, here in Japan that will fully open the economy, remove the CCP virus mandates, expel the CCP ambassador, and lower the taxes? Not sure. Not sure. That's a good question. Do we have anybody? Not sure. Because, I mean, there are conservative National Diet members that are with us, right? Like they are against China and CCP, and they want to lower the taxes and so on. However, they have to be realistic. So, for example, this National Diet member that we are closest with, he is very nice, but like against China. But when it comes to taxes, he's not with us. Like we want to lower our taxes, but he is not on our side on that issue because he has to survive inside of his party. You know what I mean? So it's like we know that he would be on our side, but like we know that he can't be that due to like power struggles inside of his own party. And that's the problem, man. Like politics is not about policies, it's about power struggles all the time. It's so annoying. But yeah. But there are some members though that are really great, like conservative people among the LDP, and also there is this party Ishin. What's the English version? Like Komeito is Komeito in English, I believe, but Ishin. Let me. What is it called? Restoration Party or Japan Innovation Party? Which one is that right now? I don't even know. But there's a party called Ishin, and they're not conservative, but they have a few good members, and we're close with them too. So yeah, it's cool. So digest, communication digest. Yippee yay is a line from the movie Die Hard. Really? Bruce Willis? Yeah, the bald guy. He's always like a father of like a sweet daughter. Like I get confused, like which movie is this, you know? Like, oh, I don't know. Anyway, hello from Chicago. Oh, nice. Obama's place. Isn't it crazy that Obama talks about all this like, oh, peace and blah, 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 but he never does a thing about his own state? Or at least like he's failing. Like that's how I see. So yeah, but Chicago, speaking of which, that reminds me of Grey's Anatomy. I think Grey's Anatomy is based in Chicago. I love American TV shows, so. How do most Japanese youth view communism? Before communism, Japanese young people are not interested in politics. So I don't even know. Those who are interested, I think like they like the idea of equality and so on, I think, because of political correctness. It's not like particularly communism that they think is good, but probably all this political correctness is something that they agree with. However, our internet, like in Japan, like internet space is dominated by the conservative community. Like we're really strong. So young people Google things online and all they find is our information. So I mean, they're like I believe that leftists are trying so hard too, but we are very strong online. So I think that like our former administration, Abe administration, it was the young people supporting the cabinet, you know, because they know a lot of stuff, searching online, and so they tend to become conservative. So that's a good tendency. So what I imagine, this is totally my like what I imagine, but you know, those elites that study hard in universities, they will fall in the trap of communism or left bias political thoughts, because the professors are all leftists mostly, right? But those who don't really care about universities and, you know, gather information by themselves and so on, or just you know, those who are just having fun, they will casually go online and search things, and they will come on our side, if you know what I mean. So that's I think that's it. That is what's happening, though. Yeah, like elites are so like they're so fit in the pattern of leftists, but we, not highly educated people, we're so conservative. Anyway, oh, more comments. Yeah, and also, yeah, just like Rented Identity-san said, like we are, like our culture is so deep and like mature. So we are like, if you just live here, you end up being very Japanesey, meaning like conservative. So even though we do have some bad tendencies that we see today, I think mostly we're just being conservative, and like Japanese people are just so simple, and we just want to enjoy. You know, we are surrounded by the sea, and our self-defense forces, you know, protecting our country together with the help of America. Of course, the nuclear umbrella is totally like protecting us every day, and there are US bases in Japan too. So we live in this peaceful country, and so yeah, we don't have to think about stuff. Yep. Oh, speaking of like party and power struggles, I need to read more newspaper. I mean, newspaper more. Like, but where was that? Which one was that? Not this one. If you have any question, leave me in the chat. Hold on. I saw American politics here somewhere. Do you guys read newspaper? Like paper, not online? Like my husband says that like he is a political activist too. Like he has a history or records. Oh, man, my clothes is like wet from my wet hair. That's disgusting. Sorry. Yeah, my husband has been engaged in political activity for over 2 decades. Man, he's old, but he says that we should read newspaper, because they like if you look for information online, then you're gonna find only what resonates with you and only the categories that you are interested in, because that's the algorithm. But if you read newspapers like on a paper base, then you're gonna see like other articles that you would never notice. So it's good. So I have to read newspaper. Sorry. Just saw this woman and I thought I should let you know. Trump criticizing top dismissed, he says. She was criticizing Trump and she got dismissed from her position. She was one of the top person. She was number 3. Cheney? How do you spell that? Liz Cheney. Man, I need to keep up with the world. Liz Cheney. Elizabeth Lynn Cheney. Cheney. Why is that Cheney? Cheney. What about Liz Cheney? You guys spell it out for me. Thank you. So this article says that she was criticizing Trump, and the Republican Party, though, is gonna, like, I believe they will be on the side with Trump to get votes or something, right? Yeah, it's interesting. Like, Donald Trump is still really, really popular, and that's just so amazing. Because, like, the left, especially the social media platforms, try to get rid of him, but his popularity, or, like, he is still, like, everyone's president. And yeah, how powerful is that? Like, he doesn't even have to speak, and he still has all this, love from American patriots. And the Republican Party can't even ignore. It's a movement. What do you guys think of that? Oh, hi, Yoko. Hi. Liz is out of power position. Yeah. As we say in America, mess with the bull, you get the horns. Liz Cheney found out what happens when you criticize your boss. Yeah. She was replaced a few days ago. Am I the only person here who is both right-wing and anti-Trump? I think it depends. It's difficult, though. Like, can I support Donald Trump now? It's a good question, Because, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I was just realizing, though, like, reading all this newspaper, there are lots of, like, national security move, like, improvement, like how Japan team up with America, France, Germany, the UK. Like, it's been all, like, for the past decades, it's been only with the US mostly, but now the Europe is, like, awake, and they are with us, and they come all the way to Asia, to train and so on. And it's really powerful, all this cooperation. It's amazing. And I see all this thing. What did I want to? Oh yeah, but at the same time, though, like, now the world is focusing on China, and that is great, but maybe because of that, or I don't know what's going on, but Russia is kind of going out of hand. It's not. Do you think that the hackers for what it's called, the pipeline of, what was the name of the pipeline? They attacked the pipeline, right? Like, cyber attack. There was a cyber attack, and not this one. And it said that it's Russia, but I don't know. But if it's like a vicious cycle, like if people's attention goes to Russia, then that's gonna leave China alone, you know. But Russia's threat is real as well. So I don't know. What do you guys think of Russia right now? Like I can't tell if Biden administration is blaming Russia because they want to focus on Russia instead of China, or it was really by Russia. Let me see your comments. Wait. Keystone Pipeline. Oh, that was the name. Here in Atlanta, GA, West Georgia, gas was out for about a day, but we are okay now. It was just a panic that caused shortage. Okay. And Alex wrote something. Pushes Russia to China. No good. Not Keystone. What was the name? I forget. But yeah. Also, I read the article also that there are like brain damage of diplomats and so on. Like American diplomats and military people and like spies and so on. Those who are working in Cuba, China, and so on, they've got brain damage. And the number is over 130. And it said like it's some kind of new weapon, right? Like some kind of wave. I don't even know. Electronic wave? I don't even know the English. But this one also, it says like, oh, it might be by Russia. So Russia. So I don't know. Oh, but I want to pay attention to this move too. That Blinken said that America will not let go of Australia. I don't know what kind of expression he used, but basically saying that America will be with Australia because China is limiting their imports from Australia and so on in order to pressure Australia. So that's good that we're forming alliance again. Oh, thank you. Toilet paper. Oh my god, panic. Yeah. It's a world phenomenon, right? When we are in a panic, we somehow buy toilet paper. Man, what's his name? There is this Filipino blooded comedian in America. Oh my god. What's his name? There's a Filipino guy. And he says that like when there was, when COVID-19 came around, he made a video and posted on YouTube saying that why do you have to buy toilet paper? Just wash like Filipinos do. And it was so funny. The guy's so funny. But yeah, it's so crazy, man. Yeah, toilet paper just disappears from stores when things happen. Doesn't make sense to me. Why? Like we have all this material to make that. Yoko, yes, that guy. So funny, man. Well, reading oh my god reminds me of like gamers. I'm in the gamer community simultaneously with this political field now, and Japanese professional gamers sometimes say, like, when they are in panic, like while playing, they go like, "Oh my god," in English, or "What the f" in English. I'm like, why? Like, they're totally 100% Japanese playing games, and all of a sudden they say like, "What the," or "Oh my god." I'm like, huh? So interesting. But they are probably thinking that, English speaking gamers are cool, so they watch their videos and they get influenced and they feel like speaking like them too. So it's cool. It's cool. I like English. You support Russia? Why? What? Well, let's go back a little bit. 95% of Republicans support Trump. Really? That highly? Yeah, I think there was a poll somewhere before. I haven't, I don't know about today, but yeah. Trump gets things done. Some on the right rather whine about things than get things done. Yeah. Yeah, Democratic Party presidents like Obama or Biden, they just talk. Biden says unity. He does nothing but to agitate the division. So crazy. Unity. Why is that? Like, what is that? Is that a magical word? Magic word? Unity. If you say it, the world will unite. Oh, man. President Trump was so cool. Former President Trump. Like Japan like our position, our country is right next to China, right, geographically, and we've had problems with China all along, but we couldn't do anything against China because we do take the advantage of their cheap labor and so on, and our economy is dependent on China, and even though we do have that relationship, our politicians could have gone, strongly against China, but somehow we are respecting them, and we couldn't say anything against them, even though we know all these problems, like, territorial disputes, historical disputes, economical situation, and everything. But once Donald Trump came into the picture and showed his policy against China, the world changed, and we are living in the consequences of his administration today, And it's like, I think that Donald Trump really deserves more, admiration. Like he should be admired and evaluated more highly, because he did change the history, in my opinion. But like this, towards the end, though, things are chaotic. So I wish that things were a little bit different, because he really is like historical. He's historical. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want to talk about things, but it's been kind of quiet politically, I think. And it's not just Japan, just looking at the world. Of course, things, if you look at Asia, Myanmar situation is bad. Actually, when we went to Tokyo on the weekends, there were Myanmar people protesting against their military and so on. Like, we had this protest to fight against all this autocracy, like CCP or Myanmar's situation too. And yeah, we demanded democracy, freedom, and human rights. What's interesting is that the way that we do our activities are kind of like liberals, because I believe that the Myanmar people here that raised their voice with us are like liberal, maybe. I don't know. Like probably the definition of right and left depends. Like it's different in each country, so I can't generalize. But the way that they did the protest was very liberal because it was so like musical or rhythmical. Like it's interesting how protests are different in each country, and also whether it depends on whether you are on the right side or left side. Like we do things differently, and usually, like from my understanding, conservatives in the world, when we protest, we just have our national flag and we walk like proudly and we just shout what we believe in and so on. But leftists, when they do protest, they are like so like, I don't know, like they are singing, or they are rhythmical. Where to stress that? Yeah. So they are always like, they have some kind of rhythm and they chant together and so on. So that's very interesting. And European protests are so like artistic. Fun. Europe basically doesn't have a right wing, and the only ones there are two extreme right, like Golden Dawn in Greece and Nordic Front in Sweden. Man, I am not familiar with those names, but that's cool that you are familiar. Yeah, that's the impression that I get from Europe too. Like people are right wings are so extreme in Europe. I agree. Oh man, European people. Sorry, it's just that European people are so unique to my eyes because I'm so Americanized, like back in the day, like when I was younger, I didn't know the difference between like America and Europe, like culture wise. And like they're all white, like that's what I used to think, like, oh, white people are all the same. No, the culture and the way people are, and it's so different. It's so interesting. Things are out of control in Israel. Yeah, I see all this Middle East situation and so on. Like this one too. Jewish and Arab hatred exposed. Israel in fight. It's like no domestic war. What is it called? Civil war or something? Yeah, so it's talking about that, but I'm not familiar with Middle East, so I can't say anything. But yeah. Okay, let's go down. Trump declares support of Jerusalem. I don't know the English pronunciation. Jerusalem as capital of Israel. He fulfilled my wish. Cool. Beans. Trump did nothing to fix what he ran on, which was immigration. Man, America's immigration situation is so like it's beyond our understanding as Japanese, because we are surrounded by the sea, so we don't have that problem. But I did see one case though. There was this woman from, I think, Bangladesh or India, maybe Bangladesh, like somewhere from Asia. This woman wanted to become an English teacher in Japan, but she didn't even speak Japanese. And then she ran out of her money. So our country wanted to kick her out, but she refused. Like usually she has to go back to her own country, but she refused, and she was detained in this special center, right? Like public center. And then she died. So now her family is mad, asking what happened. Like, and like basically like accusing our government and so on, and trying to make a movement out of it. I'm like, your sister just didn't go back to her country. End of story, right? Like it's illegal to stay. And then they're like trying to dramatically create this storyline that like as if we made her suffer and die or something. No, like you need money in this country, and if you run out of it, then you can't do anything, and you have to go back to your country, right? So strange, so strange. Yep. Oh yeah, colonial pipeline. That's it. Yeah, thank you for filling me in. Colonial. Colonial. That's it. Colonial. Yeah. Wait. Okay, let's go down. Sorry, I'm quiet. I'm just reading. Definitely not calm in Israel and Palestine, but then again, it's always chaos in Middle East and Africa, always wars going on. Yeah, I think that's how we used to have a balance. You know, it's we don't decide which takes power and so on, and it's the continuation of that. Right now, we are somewhat peaceful and everything is set, but this is just a time in between of wars. Because humans just fight. That's our natural instinct. And I think that especially leftists, they oppose to this reality. They can't accept the fact that we humans just fight each other. Because they are fighting, right? Like they can't accept us conservatives or right wings. And they say like, oh, unity, we need to be peaceful. I'm like, you be peaceful first. But yeah. Man, and I think the geographic side is, very influential on politics. Like if you think about is it geopolitics? Yeah, geographic side is really the key, I think, when it comes to think about politics. Yeah, like I feel kind of bad for all these places that have dictators and so on, because I've met lots of foreigners and I just feel like part of me is like, oh, everyone should just have what we have, like freedom and all this national diet or Congress and all this like democratic system. But then I see all these places where dictators take power, and I see those people, and I'm like, oh yeah, like you feel like being a dictator there, like it's pretty chaotic. And sometimes like you can't generalize dictators are all bad. Like sometimes you need just a strong leader to decide everything for their people. That's just me, because I've met many people and people just don't. I don't know. You just need a strong leader sometimes. So, yeah. Sometimes I don't have no mercy. All free countries should refuse trade with communists. They wouldn't be much of a threat. They would collapse. Yeah, true. Like we should exclude them from our network. The negative side of that is that they will strengthen their ties with countries on their side. It's good though, right? It's not like they're gonna have more technology and power than us. Like free countries, we have technology and we have all this power to, get our economies going. And China, Russia, and North Korea, and other countries, they just cheat, steal from us and so on. So if we just stop the interaction, it'll be good, I think. But then I think it's an extreme idea, though, because when you think about politics, I hear that it's important to keep your enemies close to get information and so on. So if you completely cut the ties, then you're not gonna understand or know what your enemies are doing. So, oh well, it's just an idea level. So it's so abstract. So, hello, why are you named Ugly? Interesting, very interesting name choice. Oh, thank you for your super chat. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is hot right now. Trump fully supported Israel, while Biden has caused chaos in the region. I need to understand that then. Palestine. I watched a movie called Munich about the Olympics, and so I kind of understand. I think it was about that conflict. And it was pro-Israel, though, made by Steven Spielberg, I think. And so I kind of get, like, how people are. Like, yeah, but I need to learn, man. So American people are paying attention to this topic, right? Like, do you guys, is that the topic that you talk in, like, political speeches? I don't know what's called in English. Like, it's something that you guys are talking about right now? I'm asking. Sometimes I make a sentence and I just, towards the end I go, and make it a question. Serbia has a right-wing movement too. Huh. Cool. Like, all these right wings and conservatives, I think we need to unite. Leftists are so strong internationally because they have a strong network. I do activities to support, Tibet, Uyghurs, Mongolia, Hong Kong, and so on, even Cambodia, and this time Myanmar. And but our, especially Tibetan network, it's mostly liberal. The network that my husband and I are in internationally, they're pretty leftist, So, like, when we had a international conference in India, like, my husband and I, we went to Dharamshala, India in 2019, and we were, like, the only Trump supporters there. So everyone looked at us weird. And yeah, and the way that they organize things is so liberal, and it's very eye-opening and so on. Like, some people, it doesn't matter where you are from. I think that conservatives or right wings, they just can't, they reject leftists. But people like us, my husband and I, we learn from left people because they do things really well. Internationally, they form alliance better than us, and that's how they are dominating in politics, I feel. So, yeah. Oh, thank you for super chat. You said a while back that you were a metal fan back in the day. Yes. So I'm curious if you have recommendations for Japanese bands. Razorfist made a good video about Anthem a few months ago. That's the thing. I only listen to bands from overseas. So, yeah, I'm not actually familiar with Japanese bands. My good friend, my good metal fan friend, used to recommend me Loudness, but that's all I know. I like bands like Tesseract and Symphony X. What else? What do I listen to? Lately, I've been listening to new metal too, because I just feel nostalgic. Like, I want to feel young. So when I was younger, like 15 years old or so, I used to listen to Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, Evanescence, and that sort of stuff. So, yeah. And Hoobastank. Yeah. Linkin Park and Hoobastank are cool because they have like, they have Japanese blooded members, so I feel close to them. But man, I wish I knew. Sorry, and thank you for the super chat though. It's, I don't know. I just I don't listen to Japanese music much because Japanese language doesn't go well with metal or like pop music and so on. It's so Western. So I'm such a musical nerd that I just don't accept some of the music here. But yeah, I know that they try to sing in English and so on, but then the English is weird or the pronunciation is weird. So then I'm like, nah. I don't know. I should stop being competitive. I'm a musician myself, so I always compare myself with other musicians here. So maybe that's why I don't listen to bands from here. But yeah, thank you though. Yeah, everyone likes baby metal. I don't admit, like, not admit. I don't approve them as a metal band. Yep. Fun question. Yes, you can ask me anything. So, Marcus, do not advocate for peace. Why do you guys still believe their lies? Being a Marxist communist is a criminal supporting a genocide ideology. Make you his partner. Yeah. I mean, I think we all know that their peace is their peace. Like, communist peace doesn't equal to our peace. When they have their peace, then that means that they are dictating the place and they're exploiting from the people, and yeah. So they, in a way, so thinking about, like, with that being said, in a way, what they are saying is true. They do want peace, but not the peace that we imagine. The definition is different. That's what I think. Man, but all this political correctness and so on, I think that I just don't understand why people don't wake up. This, like, the equality between men and women and so on doesn't make sense, right? Like, when it comes to COVID-19, Biden would always says, like, it's a science. You have to believe in science, but when it comes to the difference between male and female, they don't care about science. So strange. It's not coherent. Yeah. Israel versus Palestine, Kazakhstan versus Tajikistan. Thug lives matter. Rioting Myanmar chaos, yet no one gets the CCP virus despite zero social distancing and no masks worn. CCP virus took a vacation. No one gets the CCP virus. This is it. Oh. You mean like all this protest or rioting? I mean, rioting is happening, and it's okay for them to riot, but when it comes to our daily life, we have to have a social distance and so on. Is what you mean? Yeah, it's yeah, I'm still shocked by how America was when COVID-19 started to spread. The left side, they prohibited people in America from going to church, but they can riot. It's so crazy. Man, the number of our infections here in Japan is rising. And people, like young people, are dying, and yeah, it's I believe we are in the middle of state of emergency now. Like, I don't even know. Like, people are so numb by now, we are so used to this and we are so numb, so people don't care anymore and they're going to places that they want to go. They do wear masks, but they don't care. When they meet up, usually people go eat together, right? So when we eat together, we're gonna take off our masks and interact like as before. So yeah, and young kids go to karaoke. The pronunciation, by the way, is officially karaoke. Ke. It's at the end, it's karaoke. But English speakers, they say karaoke. Karaoke. It's like, huh? So weird. But yeah, young people go to karaoke and it's the worst place. It's so condensed and it's like closed, completely closed, and they're not wearing masks when they sing, and they touch the same microphone, they spit on the microphone and pass it around. So if there's one person in the room, then you're all dead. So yeah. Anyway, I know that COVID-19 is something that everybody has different opinions on. So, I need to go in 10 minutes. So yeah, ask me anything. What's happening with the Fukushima nuclear plant? I don't think anything is happening. But there are lots of treated water, like filtered and so on. It's so all safe and so on. And we want to get rid of that and release that into the ocean. But then China and South Korea are complaining. So that there's that. But I think that's pretty much it. I personally want all the nuclear power plants to work again, but leftist pressure is so strong and they spread propaganda very well. So we are not being able to have that going. Yeah, that's part of the big reason why our economy is bad, because it's like we are abandoning so much money every day because we're not using that power plants. Yeah. And it's crazy though. We have all this treated water that is safe to release into the ocean. Again, science, it's a science. But South Korea and China are complaining. However, they release toxic things into the ocean all the time. And I believe the radiation in South Korea is worse. So but I think that the citizens just don't get to learn about all this information, because South Korea especially seems to be like a country on our free world side. However, especially during this current administration right now, Moon administration, President Moon is a communist. Everybody knows that. And if you didn't know, you should know that Moon is a communist and he is trying to become a dictator there to unify North and South Korea in the end, in order to be swallowed by North Korea, because he's working for North Korea. And yeah, and so Moon just attacks Japan all the time. I mean, it doesn't matter which side you are on though. In South Korea, whether you are conservative or leftist, South Koreans attack Japan by historical disputes and so on, so that we give them money. That has been the pattern. But now there are conservatives inside of South Korea that are starting to think differently, like that they're realizing that it's wiser to team up with America and Japan to fight against communism and so on. So that's a good move that we started to see. So we really want to form alliance with South Korea, Yeah. Man, lots of things are out of order. So I want to do something. Oh, bees. Bees is good. Yeah, they're good. Bees is good. But because that's like that Bees is a little different from like other bands. I do like that band. Would you watch an anime if we recommended one? I doubt. I doubt. I, I just like things that are real. I don't know why it is. I do like anime though. I could watch a movie, but if it's a series, then I don't know if I have the energy to watch. But I've been watching lots of Netflix shows though. Recently, I just finished. It's Greenhouse Academy. It's meant for kids, basically like teenage girls probably, and it's kind of cheap and cheesy, but the storyline was so cool. Like, it's so like 21st century. It's about the space and the earthquakes and the, like earthquake weapon, and yeah, it was very interesting. It's so like all these Netflix shows are very interesting because I can see what Americans are thinking right now. That reflects like all these TV shows. Of course, they set brands or trends for the country, but at the same time, it's the reflection of how people are living each day and what people are interested in right now. So by me watching that kind of shows, I see America there. So yeah, it's interesting. In continuation of the last one, I believe it's important to realize some Marxists do in fact want peace. We are having a political ideological battle on many fronts. There are peace-loving Marxists and violent Marxists. Yeah, the problem is that the core people are the bad guys, and there are lots of idiots around them that are just deceived. The naive kind of people. So that's why like university students in Western world, I believe they fall in the trap. So yeah, it's hard to generalize communists. I agree. Yes. So speaking of this, in 2015 in Japan, our national diet wanted to pass a security bill, and it was basically to broaden what we can do, like what our self-defense force can do. So we want more ability to protect our country, right? So we wanted to pass this bill, and leftists went all crazy against it. They were spreading the propaganda that if the bill is passed, then we will go into war and stuff like that. And they demanded that they want peace. So me, as a conservative, I said, because I want peace, I need this bill to be passed. So then, and I did protest many times during that time, and media people came to report my activity back then, and they asked me questions like, you want peace and you want this bill to be passed? Like, what do you mean? Like, they didn't even get it. Like, the brainwashing is so real. I was so astonished by how media people are. Like, they fully believe, like, they can't think outside of the box. They can only think in the way that they are taught to think, and it's just so crazy. They can't even think about how to protect their own. Crazy. So yeah, I've witnessed stuff like that all the time. So yeah, I get it. Oh, I need to go in 1 minute. I saw you in Nobita's latest video about being a woman in Japan. I am glad. Huh? Latest video? Did he use my footage again, or I don't know. I'm glad you mentioned the radical leftists in the videos, so people can be aware of them ruining societies. Yeah. Yes. It's I think it's very important that we help each other from each country. I'm in Japan, you guys are in your country, and isn't it amazing that we like We are from other countries. We have different cultural values and backgrounds and all these things. But however, we do have this common value that we want to protect. And yeah, it goes beyond this language barrier and cultural barrier, and we get it, right? So amazing. But as for Japan, I wish that people here would speak English more, so that what I could do is like I could talk to my fellow Japanese and in English and have a show together or something. I do know this professor that speaks English, and his stance on politics is pretty much the same as me. So I feel like I want to talk to him, but then I'm not sure of my English ability and so on. Like even my local National Diet member, he says that he can speak English, but I've heard a little bit, and he's got like accent, so like Japanese accent, and sometimes a Japanese accent is very hard. Even though I'm Japanese, it's so hard to catch. Like, why is he saying that? So that's the that's the problem that I have. Oh man, I need more friends, I think. Oh, did I? Oh man, sorry for missing a lot of questions here. South Korean has grifted Japan enough. Grifted. What is grifted? Crazy how Asians hate each other. That is so funny. Yeah, we do. It's not Asia. No, Southeast Asians. Is it Southeast Asian? Yeah, the southern countries, they love us, but it's only the East Asian, in particular, it's North, South Korea and China that hate us. So with other countries, we're doing fine. Oh man, it's funny though. We do hate each other. I don't know though. Yeah, it's amazing how America and Canada are so close. I mean, not really politically, but you don't like fight, right? So, but that's very interesting. What do you think about using a Japanese matchmaking service to find a wife? How is it seen in Japan, and what are your thoughts? I don't think we are against it. You know, my people around me have used some kind of service to get married, and they're married, they have babies. So it's not like the app can. I don't know. Like even my friend, my divorced friend from my local friend, she got divorced, and she says that she's gonna get married again, and she told me, and then I asked how they met, and it was through the app. So I think it's just popular. Some people might have some kind of allergy, like some kind of rejection, but I don't know, like people around me are using stuff, so I don't think that would be a problem. Yeah, you do need a good wife. Yeah. Like this Panger Band's Quest is such a good guy. I really want, a good partner for him. Yeah, matchmaking. The thing about matchmaking in Japan is that like we traditionally we do have this culture called omiai, like basically means to see each other. But how you meet each other is it's like a arranged marriage, I guess, in English. Like your parents find candidates for you, and the candidates are usually those who will benefit your family or those who don't have problems socially and so on. And traditionally, we have this concept called en, like in Japanese yen, like it's the same pronunciation, en. So it's something that we receive. So it's hard to explain, man. But yeah, there are sometimes the connections that we get, and we happily accept that. and we find meanings into it, and things just go well. But sometimes, like recently, like in modern days, people ignore that, like they're like and the concept of and like our how people meet each other and so on, and we believe the spiritual side of like spiritual intentions behind it, but nowadays people don't care about it, and so yeah. That's something that I should talk about in another time. It's such a huge topic. Do you think China could be behind some of the South Korea Japan divide? Yes, it's a truth. It's South Korean activists are working very hard to push the propaganda, like anti-Japan propaganda, to divide Japan and South Korea. But behind all these South Korean activists, there are communists, especially Chinese communists, and Chinese communists have spread all this bad reputation against Japan since before the World War II, so in 1930s or so. So it's been the same. They have been doing the same thing. Yep. So I believe so. Okay. America is following communism. If this new bill HR1 consider America a communist country, interesting. HR1, I'll remember that. I need to learn American stuff. What should I get information from when it comes to American politics? I'm curious of like British politics too, but like I don't know what to read or watch. Like I want to gather the same information as you guys so that I'll keep up to the date. I will be up to date. If you have recommendations, let me know. That will be helpful. Like I like in this live stream, in this weekly live stream, I want to talk about something that you guys are interested in, but then I don't know. So I need to learn, but I don't know where to start. I think sometimes Westerners are more obsessed with anime than even Japan. Yes, I think so. It's just like I'm passionate about American TV shows and so on, or Western music. It's the opposite, right? Like Western people interested in Japanese culture and so on. So Netflix is communist Marxist propaganda. Yes, I agree, and that's why it's interesting. I don't reject everything by their agenda. Like it's like I'm not saying like I will accept, but I don't reject their ideas. It's like fantasy, right? They have this fantasy, and when it comes to like TV shows and movies, overall entertainment, it's the reflection or expression of their fantasy, and it's so like seriously, it's a fantasy that it's enjoyable. And because I know their intention, I'm like, oh, here you have this character in order to push this agenda. You can analyze things. So I do enjoy that, like I can see right through it, what they're thinking and what they're trying to push. So I think it's important to know that, so that when there are young kids that are, falling into the trap, you can just say, did you see this? Like, oh, this character that is put there in order to push this political correctness, and political correctness means this and that, and we can all explain. But in order to do that, we need to be on the same page as them first, so that we can have a discussion. So and also I think that I want to kind of disguise myself as a leftist too. Like I don't want to be a typical conservative, so that I can be close to leftists and I can drive them into our way and so on. I'm strategic. Yeah. Okay. 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 Potential civil war here in USA. Really, I'm worried about Fukushima and global warming too. I'm not a believer of global warming, but I do believe in like just climate going crazy. Like global warming doesn't make sense to me because it gets really cold. Like maybe overall it's getting warmer, but then the most important thing I think when it comes to global warming and all this environmental issue is that the earth is alive. Sometimes it gets cold, sometimes it gets warm, and it's just repeats its pattern. And sometimes the earth is not a machine, so yeah, it's gonna have all this wave, so just because let's say that we do have a global warming and everything is going up doesn't mean that it's gonna go all the way, right? So like back in the day it was like the earth went all like frozen, freeze bleh. It was so cold, dinosaurs died. But yeah, it's gonna keep happening, and just how I am seeing. And what I am concerned about is the destruction of the environment, though. We should respect the nature, and humans are way out of line. So what I think is that, so what I personally is focusing on is to stop the destruction of environment by CCP. Man, we get more yellow sand from China today, and like our the weather is nice and it's supposed to be all like beautiful blue, but then we get yellow sand from China more and more because they destruct the environment there, and it just gets worse. And then our sky is white, we can't see the blue sky. And yeah, I wish that we could move to a little to the Pacific side. It's too close to China. But yeah, also China just destroys all these areas, especially in southern Mongolia and so on. They have beautiful nature, but they want all these resources and so on, and destruct environment. And they the funniest one, the awful one, is that in China there's a river, and somehow dead pigs just get goes down the river, and there are lots of dead pigs all together at the bottom of the river and so on. Like there are crazy news like that, and that can be very toxic. And I know that there are lots of chemicals that they are releasing into the oceans, and they dare to complain to Japan with like our treated nuclear water. Crazy word. Mad World. There was a song called Mad World. Mad World. Na, 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 na. Okay, man, I need to go, man. And let's read the recommendation at the end. Hillsdale College talks about American politics and history properly. Oh, interesting. Oh, Black Pigeon. Oh, yeah. I'm friends with him. I want to talk to him again soon. Okay, and Hillsdale College. And I'm just checking. Climate change is natural. I agree. Where was it? Oh yeah, pollution, no global warming. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Natural cooling. Natural cooling. Why does that sound funny? You can follow Fox News YouTube channel if you want to know what is currently going on in American politics. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Climate change is unfortunately hijacked by politicians. There's gonna be a nice age in for ice age. Thanks for telling me that. In 40,000 years, that should satisfy all the Greta Van. Oh my gosh, funny. Fox News, Daily Wire, Breitbart, and Epoch Times are great. Okay. Yeah, Daily Wire. I like Ben Shapiro, but people are finding him weird. Tucker Carlson. Okay. I hate that we only get to see you once a week. Oh, that's so sweet. I should come around. Like, I don't know. I could do more. I just don't know what to talk about. But if we can just hang, I'm gonna do that. Like I've been saying, I think I'm gonna just open I think I'm gonna live stream in order to have a chat room. Like my live stream here is basically a chat room, right? Like you guys chat here, and so I could just do that. I'll be just here. Ring, ring. I want to be here. And you guys can talk or I can join and so on. I think that would be fun, right? He's a what? Antichrist? What? That's crazy. Oh no. I don't want to do anything with him now. Breitbart is a good right-wing news outlet. Yeah, they're nice too. They have reached out to me many times. And yeah. Read my recommendation. Where? Oh, これ Olavo de Carvalho Ortega and Gasset cultural war and document proving COVID-19 biological weapons. Interesting. I'm gonna screenshot this. What was the college one? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay. Yeah, he was a never Trump. He's not Antichrist. He's Jewish. Yeah, he's Jewish. Subscribe star. Oh, I need to check that out. I've been meaning to for years and I haven't seen it yet. Oh, I should do that. Lots of things to do. Subscribe star and also the Bitcoin thing. And I'm gonna check all this outlet that you guys just recommended me, and I should have more live streams. Okay. You have sharp eyes. Yeah, I'm Japanese, so yeah. Young Rippa is a good conservative channel. Young Rippa. Okay, I'm gonna just take the screenshot of around here so that you should have everything. Okay, thank you guys. Huh, everyone is liking this. Huh. Do you have Telegram? I can send Australian news that reported that. Oh, no, I'm not on Telegram, but people say that I should get on that. Okay, thank you guys for all these recommendations. Maybe we can send recommendations on here or Twitter. Yeah, send me on Twitter. That'll be helpful. I can just and fly to the place or jump. Why did I say fly? It's jump. I like showing up. funny. Okay. Thank you guys. I'm gonna finally go. Oh my gosh, 20 minutes over. Anyway, it's at Mark Randomiago. Yes. Bye. Thank you, Yoko, for the live stream. God bless you and your family. Thank you. You too. I know that you guys are mostly from the other side of the world, so have a good night. I'm gonna maybe eat something. I haven't eaten anything for today. It's almost 2 p.m., but see you, Mando. That's not even close, man. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go. So yeah, until next time, Yoko boy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe I have to go to Tokyo in a few days, but I'll think of live streams. So I might pop up. So yes, I might actually pop up after this in Japanese. I don't even know, but we'll see. Yes. Thank you so much, guys. I will cue the outro and go. Okay. Yep. Okay, thanks guys for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.